Hi guys, welcome back to Guardian Angels Tutoring Services. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since my last video. I've just had a lot of stuff going on that I've had to deal with. So I thought I would do another video, and today I'm going to do an assessment planner, as you can see on the screen. These can be adjusted for a 5-8 split or a 4-9 split or 6-7 split, depending on which way the semesters are set up. So I was always taught 2 weeks for researching, 2 weeks for drafting, 2 weeks for editing. So it depends what your working style is like. I spend more time on my research and less time on my editing and drafting, and I'm a draft and edit as a go person. I can't do a brain dump and then rework it afterwards. It's just not the way I work. So again, this will depend on your working style, as with everything that I do, and they can all be tweaked to suit something that works for you. So for example, if you're doing 2 subjects and you've got an assessment due, normally assessment 1 is due in week 4. You put that in, and then what I do in brackets is I put the date, so it's Friday at 12 PM, or it's, in this one for example, Thursday at midnight. So in this example you've only got 3 weeks. So the way I work would be to do my research, and then more research, because your first week quite often is figuring it out. What am I writing about? What am I doing? How am I going to plan this? So it's researching how you're even going to start. Then it's researching the topic that you've actually decided to put in to the essay or the lit review, or whatever the assignment might be. So then I would be draft editing. Now, because these are due and you've got a bit of time in both of these for that week, they're not due on a Monday or a Tuesday, you could put in an extra draft editing. Draft editing. So then quite often the way they do it is you'll have another assessment due, so assessment 2 is due in week 8. Let's say actually this one's going to be due in week 9. We've got a nice lecturer for this one. Again, you've got 3 weeks, so research, draft, edit, research. And as you can see, for this one we can do draft and edit, and a draft and an edit. And again, normally, depending on your lecturer, they're due on the Friday of that week. But this one's going to make it due on the Wednesday, because he's given you a little bit of extra time on the first one, and he's decided that nah, he's not going to be that nice. And he's going to make it due by 3 PM, just to keep you on your toes. Now sometimes you might only have 2 left, but you've got an exam. If you're crazy enough to do subjects with exams, that is, which I would avoid like the plague because I'm not an exam person. And then put the date of the exam at whatever time once you get that time, obviously when the exam schedule comes out. And let's just say you're a really crazy person and you've picked 2 subjects that have both got exams. Now this lecture is nice, they've said right, 2 assessments, and we'll just let them do the exams. Revision. So even though you're working towards this assessment being due, you can start your revision for these subjects. Now this lecture's not very nice for this subject. He's given you 3 assessments plus an exam, and I have had those lovely lecturers, and he's made sure it's due on Monday at 5 PM. Now this is an even shorter time between the assessments being due. So with this one being due on the Wednesday, I would advise that you are finishing your assessment for the Wednesday, but on the Thursday and Friday of that week you are researching your next assignment. And again, you might find that this topic's really easy and you decide you don't really need 2 weeks worth of research, you've been able to pull it out in 2-3 days plus the weekend, and you decide that it's a PowerPoint, oh my god, I'm not very good in PowerPoint, I'm going to put a bit more time drafting and editing into this particular assignment. Now, you might think, hang on a minute, she's only given me 1 week for revision for this exam. But actually we've not, because you've got this whole week here. And I would also put in revision for my exam then. So you can see that it takes a lot of juggling to try and make sure everything fits all together. But all this is doing is giving you a guideline for what I'm going to be doing week 1. Now in another video I'll look at how to schedule your week so that you can decide that you want to, how am I going to plan that research for those 2 subjects, particularly if you've got more subjects. So you might say, oh yeah, that's great Kirsty, but actually I've got 4 subjects. So what we'd then do is we'd go right click, insert your column, and you're going to insert your column to the right, and then we're going to do the same again, column to the right, and we're going to say subject 3 and subject 4. So I'll put up a template. I haven't quite figured out how to do it yet because I'm still learning the YouTube. I might have to ask my 11-year-old to help me. So if the template has 4 subjects, to delete it, again you just highlight it, hover above there with your mouse till it gets that little arrow, then left click, then right click, delete the column, and then obviously you can just change it to 3. And you can tell that this hasn't gone across, so you just highlight across there, you go back to your, go back to there, and you go into your layout, merge cells, and it's gone back across the middle. So then the next semester, if you've got a say a 4-9 split, you can do Control X to delete that. Then you can highlight row 5, right click, and then there you go. Right click, insert row above, Control V, and then delete. And now you've got 4. 8/9 split, and then you would just change that to 4/9 split. So I hope that wasn't too rushed, and I hope it helps. If there's any questions, I'm going to try and be a bit better at answering questions on the YouTube channel, but it has been a tricky year for us all, and I'm no different. So I hope that helped, and yeah, great, thanks.